sculptor. Woo! Yeah, let's give it up for Michael. Is he here tonight? There he is. He is a teacher and he's a political activist too. I had a nice chat with him. He loves environmental issues, but what he really loves is hay, and you're going to see some amazing things. Just let that float for a minute. Hay sculptures. Yeah, hey. Hey now. Hay sculptures. As a grass, the material is familiar and accessible. Hay, that is. It is used across cultures. It carries a depth of history and associations, and it's seasonally based. And he binds hay with twine and weaves it over a built structure for some of his designs. And these are all temporary. Most of them are temporary, actually, not all of them. A few are permanent, but most are temporary. And when you see these, you'll be like, wow, dude, you must have spent so long in this, and he will eventually just take it down. And but he does say they're made permanent by memory. They're very simple and very amazing. Michael Shaughnessy.
Oh, thank you. He just gave my lecture here, so you may hear some of the same things. Also, I sort of have this in three parts. There's my work I developed with the University of Southern Maine in Art and Entrepreneurial Studies, which I'm sort of going to introduce, and then a little bit of political activism at the end. So if it seems like I have attention deficit, I do. As he said, that many of this, that my work has been for some time involved with the use of hay. As a contemporary artist, I kind of went forward and backward at the same time, and grasping, pulling from various cultures, that really across cultures it's used. There's two fundamental processes that I use. One is binding and the other is weaving. In one, hay is bound around into long modular units that are then put together with twine and shish kebab skewers, which are a new innovation, hay. And the other is basically building over a loom. The hay itself and my work is situational. It responds to the specifics of its site and its circumstances, and these may range from the physical space to local issues and entities to the interests and abilities of those that I work with. My work embraces multiple aesthetic sensibilities, ranging from organic minimalism in the built sculptures to a kind of social sculpture to intuitive abstraction. Fundamentally, it's a populist art. It values artisanship, collaborative labor, and the essential experience over the work as a commodity. They will last as long as they are cared for. Like the hay, the works are regenerative, often disassembled and reworked into future works. They are most often made permanent by renewal and by the memory of the viewer. Most of the works are built on site. The museum becomes the studio. Others are worked and reworked in the studio. Smaller works are constructed and dismantled. Parts are rebound, drawings made, and structures are developed. Because of the physicality as well as the scent, they are very pungent. They are both directly seen and peripherally experienced. Like a field, a hill, a river, a valley, they're at once an object and a place, always large and often monumental, but always with a softness that seems to defy their scale. At times, the installations diverge and integrate other modes. These are flour and molasses, always the byproducts of grass. They become, in a sense, sacramental. Easily learned and highly participatory, community involvement is a fundamental aspect of the work. These involved and have impacted the outcomes of profoundly, and as such, the participation and the people are very connected to the works. Oftentimes, I'll use school children from like third grade to whatever, and anybody comes in the door, they can learn it very quickly. They balance structure and intuition. They are in many ways like drawing, line over lines, twine across twine. They're casual, spontaneous, and as much found as they are made. They are the result of a combination of simple engineering, craft. It's a loom of wood, plywood shaped. Other members are bent and laminated. Often past projects are reworked into future projects. Down the lower part, you could see the interior structure and the interior structure of this one. By virtue of its material, it inherently and sometimes overtly bears the social, political, environmental associations and concerns. It has, I hope, a quiet wisdom. It's about resonance rather than voice. Part 2. Another aspect of this presentation is a program at the University of Southern Maine. It's in the art department there. It was responding to student needs and our capacity as an institution. And what it did is it was the first national program for creative entrepreneurship. It combines many elements, but the backbone is a highly professional education in the studio arts. The courses are taken at USM, but can and do evolve regional opportunities as well as national and international student exchanges. Business courses are taught through the USM School of Business and amount to a kind of developed small business minor with an emphasis on individual entrepreneurship and creative entrepreneurship. It also may involve our business plan competition, and we have a Center for Entrepreneurship there. So these are some of the courses that it has. And these are our internship experiences, which are key. It's as much to use the community as it is the institution. And so all the students are required to do at least one, but can do multiple internships. And we have great students. So if anybody needs interns, call the department. They're the best. The program is adaptable to individual interests. There's a chunk of course area that you could have expanded interests using the broad potentials of the university and many different majors, as well as outside programs that can come into it as well. And finally, students develop a professional portfolio of works that combine the studio business and professional experience. And this is one of our recent alumni who actually went out and started a business the day she left and is doing quite well. And so I like to put her up every time I can. And finally, my political side comes out. We are at an amazing time here, folks. And as a creative community, we have a lot of power, and as Mainers, we have a lot of power. But we are a choir, and we have to sing. With marriage equality, with a host of national issues. And with 2 senators that are positioned to be pushed. And we need to push them. So anyhow, it's time for us to sing, call, write, organize, get out there. Thank you very, very much.